the director of the Jerry L. Johns Literacy Clinic will be our last speaker today. We also have Jerry L. Johns himself in the audience, who is going to chime in when he feels it's appropriate. But I'll quickly introduce Kristine. She is the director of the clinic and has been since the beginning of this academic year. She's been affiliated with the clinic for a number of years. Prior to that, she worked in academic educational publishing. She was an education specialist at Pearson. Prior to that, she was an elementary school teacher. So she has a long career of service to education, and we're very happy that she's here to tell us more about NIU's own literacy clinic. So, thank you.
Thanks. Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity of inviting us, because I just feel that as I came to, I think, the first meeting in the fall, I realized that the awareness of the Jerry L. Johns Literacy Clinic, people weren't aware of who we are and what we are. So thank you, because I really wanted to share exactly what opportunities we have and the services that we offer and the outreach that we actually support within the community. So this is just a little snapshot real quick of some of the important factors of the clinic, and those are the people and the students that we touch and the difference in the lives of those. So that to me is very important. You can see up here on the left, this is an English language learner, and he is actually, he learned. He actually shows that what he learned today, the why, when, where, right? So just different things, activities that our tutors have. And then also, we also have some of our little free libraries. This was actually a little free library grand opening this fall over in Lions Park. So that was fun. So the clinic was actually established 60 years ago, and it was a reading clinic, and it was, actually it was right here on campus. It used to be previously housed in Graham Hall on Northern Illinois University campus. We do support literacy services for K-12 students, and then also practicum experiences for those that are pursuing their masters in reading, and also those that are pursuing endorsements in reading. So, and then on top of it, we do want to work with continuing education and professional development for the educators within the communities surrounding. It was renamed in 2013 to honor Dr. Jerry L. Johns as the teaching professor emeritus at NIU. And we are part of the curriculum and instruction department. And that's something else that people don't realize. So the purposes that we have designated through our strategic planning are research, outreach, and training. And research is a big reason I believe that I wanted the awareness in SISL, because we are, to me, we are just kind of a gem that, an NIU gem that nobody is aware of. And the opportunities that are here for you, as Dr. Harris has seen, are amazing, and some of those research opportunities. So we wanted to bring that to light. This is just a staff of we have America Reads tutors, and I'll get into that a little bit, but these are some of those, our graduate assistants and tutors, part of the faculty that make everything happen at the clinic and make the magic spark. The programs that we have some different programs for our K-12 students. ASSIST, which stands for Assessment and Intensive Strategic Tutoring. America Reads, RITS, which is Reading Individualized Tutoring Services, and then we do have Boys and Books, and I'll get into a little bit more. RITS, the Reading Individualized Tutoring Services, that is actually taught by teachers that have their master's in reading. It is a fee-based program. However, we do have scholarships available for those that economically need the support and also academically need support. It is at the Literacy Clinic, and currently we do have about 15 students that are enrolled in our RITS program, and it's a 10-week, it runs by 10-week sessions, so it's an hour each week. America Reads is for K-5 students, and that is a work study program, so it's a federally funded program. And we normally serve about 75 students per semester in this. We have about 9 America Reads tutors, and those tutors are undergrads, and they can be from any background. It's just that they have to be eligible for the work study. They do receive 12 hours of training, so that's an assessment, and then taking the assessments and providing the plans that are necessary for the strategic interventions that can be used to work into the strengths and weaknesses of those students. And then we also do follow them throughout, and we support them throughout with any needs that they or concerns that they have or questions. And that is actually, this is actually a 50-minute once a week, and that runs for each semester. So it begins the week after NIU starts, and then it ends the week before finals. So that's quite, and that one is actually a free program. So this is part of a big part of our community outreach. Assist, the assessment and intensive strategic tutoring. As I said, those are not only hosted at the clinic, which this summer we have 2 classes that are going to be hosted there, but it's also in different satellite locations, such as we've had them in Round Lake, Naperville, so different cohorts. So we go out, and actually right now they have a cohort that is online, and it's the first time that it's been online. But what happens, they do have to fulfill some practicums, so they're working with students with those assessments and then implementing the data that they have found into some strategies for interventions. And that is one that has to be hands-on. So like this summer for that online course, that will actually be taking place in the clinic. So what we do then is we actually line them up. We align students with the tutors so that they can get that practicum, they can get that hands-on experience. Some of our community outreach programs. I just received something, I don't know if anybody heard of the Back to School Bash. It is something that is put on, not only, it's by the community, but NIU is a big supporter, I found, and it's actually held in the field house by the old high school. And it supports students and families in need, and it works with, I want to say it's the local communities, churches, NIU like STEM, a lot of their different associations are involved. But these students, there are 1,000 students that come through and receive backpacks. And this is to get them going for their academic year. What we have done, and last year was actually the first time that we were involved, but it was just such a great opportunity. We're going to continue to do it in the future. We gave out new books, new and gently used books for all the students. So after they got their backpacks, they came and they were able to choose a book. And then we made slime as our activity. So it was fun. And then they got to take that home. And then also little free libraries. We currently have 8 in the community, with 2 more grand openings that are going to be coming up in the spring. So the Glidden House will have one, and then actually a community member called us and asked if we would service a little free library right within her yard, I guess. So she just wanted to make sure that we could take care of it. So what happens is that we have a graduate assistant. That's pretty much all he does, is take care of these little free libraries, and he goes around weekly, because for the most part, once we go to the little free libraries, the books are gone. And I don't know, is anybody familiar with the little free libraries? So it's take a book, lend a book, return a book kind of thing. For us, that's not the importance. We don't care that they take the book. The important thing is that it's in somebody's hands. And these are all donations through community members, and we have a room in the back that is dedicated just to the little free library room, and it is just an amazing wealth of opportunity there. So that takes up quite a bit of time, and now with 10, it's going to be it's a huge part of our outreach that we feel impacts everybody, so that everybody has the opportunity to have a good book in their hands. And we do have some adult titles as well. Boys and books, this is something for ages 6 or grades 6 through 8. And this is kind of that time, that transition time when boys, I don't know if it's too cool to be reading. We want them to know that there's a place that it is cool to be reading and discussing, what's going on in the book. So we normally have a male, either a GA or a community member, come in and actually work with these students in discussing the different elements of the story. And then we also work in collaboration with the DeKalb County, the school district, 428. And what we do is we actually have America Reads tutors that we put into the schools so that they can be supportive to those teachers' needs. So they help out. They'll work with small groups or individually with students that need one-on-one instruction. And then we do have the year-round tutoring with America Reads, which is, again, free. And just to mention, too, I wanted to state, because I think it's important to know, the America Reads, all of our programs at the clinic are individualized tutoring sessions. And what I have found from doing research with the America Reads program is that Northern Illinois University is the only university that houses this, that provides this opportunity. What the rest of the college, the universities do, is they just have America Reads tutors go into the schools. And that's a different impact to me, because that individualized tutoring is where you can really see some benefits. And for those struggling readers, and some of these students, it may be the only time that they have somebody one-on-one that they can communicate with and share something such as a book, or maybe even what happened today, and relate that to the story. So this is, to me, this is a big part of our America Reads program, is not only teaching the students or helping them with their literacy needs, but it's also developing those relationships. Because with those relationships increases their self-efficacy, which is going to go on and increase their learning experiences for the future. And also we do have partnerships with the Sycamore and DeKalb Public Libraries. So right now, just to give you a little glimpse, these are some of this is what our little free libraries look like. So the Chronicle actually donates these to us. So the old, the newspaper, I don't know if everyone remembers that. So, and then our graphics arts design department here actually goes and they put on all the different decals and everything so that it's part of NIU. And then we actually register it with littlefreelibrary.org, and we're on the map. So if anybody goes on littlefreelibrary.org, we're on the map, and you will see where all of the Jerry L. Johns Literacy Clinic Little Free Libraries are located. And we do have them in locations like the Chapter 8 housing in DeKalb. We have neighborhood parks, churches, and food pantries. And this is something that even at Dr. John's church, they have a food pantry, right? And we have it set outside of the church, and it wasn't getting, I kept on telling him, it just doesn't seem like anybody's really looking at these books. But now in this last semester, something must have happened to increase awareness. I think it's Dr. John's. And now the books are gone most of the time. So that is, again, I think that's great. People say, well, shouldn't they be returning the books? No, we just want them read. So to me, that's wonderful. Oops. We've been working on a strategic plan as well, and some of our goals for the future, we're increasing the opportunities for training graduate and undergraduate students. So we want to continue with that mission. Partnering with other departments and community organizations, hence why I'm here. I've had the opportunity and privilege to speak with Dr. Harris. She's thinking about doing some research out there. Through your organization, now Dr. Liberty actually teaches a class out there in early education. So, and I'd love to see more of those relationships, because this is not just the Department of Curriculum and Instructions, this is Northern Illinois universities. And this is part of why I'm here, because I want to make sure that all the departments know it's here to support you. We want to determine any more additional community outreach needs. So those are some things that we're going out into the community, and I actually have an intern right now that's working on that. And then, one of the things was and this is, I'm sure that all of you are aware, you go out into the community, sometimes the definition of literacy is not actually understood. So this is part of just providing the knowledge to the community on what literacy is, whether it's working with the parents while they're waiting for their students, but somehow just making that impact of the definition of literacy, and so that people have the knowledge of what it is and the importance. And then providing research opportunities for faculty and students. This is another thing. What I want you to know, and again, Dr. Harris has seen it, is that we have, and Dr. Stahl and Dr. Johns, we have 12 rooms that have cameras and audio recording. This to me is just an amazing opportunity. We have students that are already there that have signed the appropriate paperwork so that they can be used in different research, so that their data can be, so that any findings can be used. Offering professional development opportunities for parents and educators. This is something else that we're working on. We have something that we're in the beginning process of speaking with Sycamore School District. They're using the Lucy Calkins writing right now, and they would like some professional development support. So right now, a couple of the professors in curriculum and instruction are talking about possibly working with that, which would be wonderful. Another thing is that I would love, again, to have some type of awareness how parents can support their students, even understanding the vocabulary of literacy. Parents aren't aware of it, okay? And I'm going to throw this in there. A lot of parents don't understand that reading to their children has more impact than anything else. Half the time I'll say, oh, do you read with your child? Yeah, I send them to their room an hour a night. Great, they can't read. What are they doing in there? So, and I don't want the child to have frustration in reading. I said, just read to them, have fun with it. That's part of it. So that's the joy of reading, right? Oh, I was taking the wrong one. We do have some website resources. If you're on NIU, you can go to the Jerry L. Johns Literacy Clinic and it will come up in NIU. Also, I did not bring our bookmarks, but we have a Facebook page. So if you just type in Jerry L. Johns Literacy Clinic Facebook page, it will bring it up. And we are trying to promote the awareness in our social media. We do have a student that is working on it as a project, and she's doing a fabulous job with it. So anytime if you want to go on and see what we're doing, that would be a great place to look. In addition, though, on the NIU website, these are all the different resources and videos that we have available. And this is where we are. We are actually not on campus. We are at the corner of 23 and Bethany. And this, I think the best thing that I can say, it's the old Monsanto building. It seems to be what everybody knows. And if you put it in Google Maps or MapQuest, if you put in this address, you'll be down at Panera. So you have to put in Collins Dental because that's actually where it brings it. Because I've had so many people say, well, we're at Panera Bread and we put it in. I'm like, yeah, just put in Collins Dental, you'll be right here. So this is the building, this is where we're located, and it is just a beautiful establishment. And I am so very lucky to have the opportunity to be the director here because it is the happiest place on earth. And this is one of our assist groups. This is actually from last summer. And this is he was earning his endorsement in reading, and he's working with a group of students. And again, it's just to watch the interactions of the tutors, the teachers, and the students, to me is just magical. So I just want to thank you for this opportunity.